Okay. So the Bengals are gonna win. Bengals will be 3-8 since the Super Bowl loss because it's Raiders that's got Jamacha 38. So Bengals will be 3-9 in the playoffs since the Super Bowl 23 loss. There's a little bit of an angle with this. Can make the Super Bowl 33 years later. Who knows? For the Cincinnati Bengals. Strong narrative here. It's 33 years later. It's Josh Allen that's got the Macho 33. That's what happened against Buffalo, a rematch of the 1991 and 1988 AFC title games. So Buffalo is going to win another home game. Cincinnati's the Cinderella team of this postseason. We got the future Joe Burrow star in this league, and then a has-been Ryan Turnover Hill. Turnover Hill is going to be 2-3 in the playoffs. Bengals lost Super Bowl 23. The riddles are there. Bengals 49ers narrative. We can see that playing out. It's Bengals, that's Jamacha 23. It's the Bengals that beat Las Vegas. Jamacha 23. Bengals 49ers Super Bowl narrative. That's what they're syncing up here. This little narrative that Bengals 49ers Super Bowl rematch narrative. So that's what's happening. Cincinnati's gonna totally blow it. It's gonna be the Cincinnati Bengals here in the AFC Championship game. Joe Burrow makes it. Is Joe Burrow the new face of the league? Lots of strong narratives here in this game. 3-8 since the Super Bowl 23 loss, ending the Bo Jackson curse. It's Jackson that's got Jamacha 19. The Bills' 19th playoff win against Cincinnati. Oh, interesting. Cincinnati Bengals going to win the game on the road. It's also road. That's got Jamacha 38. Big reason why they can be 3-8. Jaguars has Jamacha 38. Burrow's first win. His first win came against the Jags. So right there, Joe Burrow definitely will allow the Bengals to be 3-8 since their last Super Bowl appearance. I haven't done the computation here, but the riddle with this game was the fact that the last playoff win was versus the Houston Oilers. Now the Titans can make it back by defeating the Titans again. So yep, Cincinnati will be off to New York. Over at Buffalo, New York, for the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincy's got Jamacha 27. It's Buffalo that's got Jamacha 27. The snow, the wind, New York, right? There's contact on that play. So we know how scripted this is. Lowest confidence interval is going to be probably this game. Ryan over the hill, Tannehill over the hill. Ryan over the hill, Tannehill. Tana over the hill. They're all characters, right? Tana over the hill. Tana over the hill. 2-3 in the playoffs. This team last made it to Super Bowl 23. Another AFC Championship game matchup between the Bills and the Bengals. Not once, but twice. Yeah, Tennessee. They need a new quarterback. Trevor Lawrence is the future. 27th loss for Vrabel. The 27th loss for Coach Mike Vrabel. You're checking it out. It's Buffalo or it's Cincy when you compute his 27th loss for Mike Vrabel. Josh Allen hosting the AFC Championship game this year. Buffalo, they're going wild in Buffalo. Over at New York. It'll be great news if you're a 49ers fan if the former Titans offensive coordinator Matt LaFleur gets knocked out right after Tennessee loses. That's how it could really be that rigged today. Where Matt LaFleur used to be offensive coordinator of Tennessee. If Tennessee loses, then that's very, very bad news for the Green Bay Packers. Cincinnati having gematria of Josh Allen. But Cincinnati also has gematria Tampa if you're talking about narratives and all that. Cincinnati has got gematria of Josh Allen. Josh Allen defeats Cincinnati at home. He defeats the Bengals. You got to build up your future assets and hype them up and market them. Joe Burrow is the future. Ryan Tannehill over the hill was serviceable, but it's all going to end for Tennessee when you do not have a winning quarterback, when you have to have the Jaguars be good with Trevor Lawrence. The Colts are going down next year. They're going to be much worse. What about Tennessee after a playoff loss? You got to sense that the window is going to end for Tennessee. You have to sense the fact that this team will not be doing any danger. Will the league make it so obvious with 2 rematches in conference title week? The fact is, Buccaneers, 49ers, first game we saw, rematch in the Super Bowl. The Bengals haven't faced off against the Bills this year, as far as I can tell. And you know, I like Allen to be 3-0 this Super Bowl run. You know, when he defeats Joe at quarterback. Cincinnati by getting the ball into Jamar Chase, by having Joe Burrow play well when the defense continues to be red hot. This Derrick Henry guy's a tank, but no quarterback play. That's going to be a narrative there. Funny how Burrow versus Allen has got Gematria 182 and 56. We talk about Super Bowl 56. We talk about two of the future assets of the NFL. Joe Burrow gets Josh Allen. That's as good as it gets. This guy will be hyped as the next Montana Joe Burrow. There's no doubt about that. Same old Bengals. Same old Bengals. Well, here's what's going to happen. When the Bills are in the Super Bowl, when the Bengals win, it really shows you how good the Raiders are, that officiating makes all the difference in the world. When you call holding on one team, when you don't call holding on the other team, when there's holding every play, referee calls are very subjective. When the whistle blew, technically the touchdown shouldn't have counted. It shows you how much control they have over the game. So virtually that's who they wanted right from the beginning. And the Allen riddle is very clear, folks. Allen wins the Super Bowl in the year of the Allen email scandal. Aha, loser! I hedge with the Bills and the Raiders. I win! Hey, little troll, you feeling all high and mighty right now? How small you feel? Because the Bills and the Raiders are only the two possible teams. Because if you know it like I do, it was all the Allen riddle for this year. It was the Gruden Allen riddle with the source of the emails. If not the Raiders and Marcus Allen, then you get Josh Allen. That's how easy it is, folks. Only two possible teams. The real numerology was spot on. Tom Brady losing the Super Bowl 12 months in advance. Only two possible teams because of the Allen riddle. And the Buffalo Bills having Gematria 60 is very good news for the Raiders and NFC football fans winning Super Bowl 60. Because the Buffalo Bills is Gematria 60. The Raiders are the next team to win the Super Bowl in the AFC right after Josh Allen wins the AFC in the year of the Allen email scandal. Now, why is it? Why is it, you ask, that Buffalo Bills has got Gematria of 117? Why do the Bills have Gematria of 117 and Gruden won 117 regular season games? The fact is I was right on the riddle, but it was just incorrectly interpreted back in September. But now we do know. Now that has everything to do with the next championship in the AFC right after this year, and Harbaugh's birthday adds up to 117. Fireball, California. Only two possible teams. California quarterbacks. It was Bills and Raiders. Only two possible choices. The curveball is Mahomes equaling 74, but that's the trap. It's 63 over 74 when computing Kansas City. The 63 starts in the regular season, says everything about next year and the end of this year for Patrick Mahomes. We know it. We know the Bills will win. We know Allen's going to go 6-2 in the playoffs. It's Pegula that's Gematria 62. It's Tampa Bay Buccaneers that's got Gematria 62. And Arians, this is Josh Allen's here after the email scandal. I completely nailed the riddle, folks. John Madden replaced a guy who resigned and became coach of the Buffalo Bills. It is all but over, folks. The meaning of the Gematria of Burrow having Gematria 34 is at the 34th quarterback to win the Super Bowl. Now, is it Joe Burrow and Joe Cool? It's going to be Josh Allen. And the Bengals win 2 out of 3 playoff games. It's as close as it's going to get for them until Super Bowl 62 when they defeat the Arizona Cardinals to win the state of Ohio's first championship in 64 years. Joe Cool will be a commemoration for Joe Montana in the 108th season of the National Football League. The computations are right there. Burrow versus Allen's Gematria 182. I think it's Inglewood that's got Gematria that too, or maybe City of Inglewood. City of Inglewood. That's the whole key to the riddle, is that the last AFC team won the Super Bowl at LA. The Raiders win their first Super Bowl since they were the LA Raiders. This riddle is very clear. I could make a video all day on this topic. Washington Redskins. I should include the Redskins in the video. Washington Redskins is Gematria of 85. Burrow was drafted in the 85th draft. Which team's going to defeat the Raiders in their quest for a three-peat? Is it going to be the Chiefs or is it going to be the Bengals? The Bo Jackson angle, the first playoff game in LA, building up these year-to-year quarterbacking rivalries in the National Football League. Probably John Harbaugh kicks his younger brother's ass again in the AFC Championship game before Super Bowl 59. The Ravens are a joke, I get it, but sometimes this joke fluke team comes out of nowhere, and so the all-black Super Bowl is Super Bowl 59. That is what they want. It's going to happen 37 months from Kyler Murray's first playoff game over at LA. I should have included Jackson in the video. I should have included Lamar Jackson in the video because Jackson is Gematria 37. The Cardinals would defeat Baltimore in the Super Bowl. The state of Ohio wins its first Super Bowl championship since the 1964 NFL championship when the Baltimore Colts lost 27-0 to the Bengals. The John Taylor angle. John Taylor broke the Bengals' hearts. It broke them. They broke the Bengals' hearts. Boomer Esiason's got Jamacha 60th, the Bengals' 60th season, the year of Super Bowl 62. The Titans are not the future. The Bengals are the future. Peg, you need some money for the new stadium, so let's have Buffalo host the conference championship game. Buffalo can't host it if they're going back to Tennessee. That's why Cincinnati has to win. Bengals 49ers narratives. That's how juicy as it gets. Bengals 49ers championship narratives. Jamar Chase, look at him go. Can't chase him. What a joke dive of a tackle. Look at that. Bengals are attacking the Titans, and turnover hill over the hill are a joke. Taylor Bourne 62. Just like the Seahawks. It's just like the Seahawks when they're going to fail to win a second Super Bowl championship. Yep. For some reason, they want the AFC to have some Super Bowl winning streak. Just like the 2000s. Because the NFC probably means they're going to suck without Brady and Rodgers. And then Dak Prescott is and Kyler Murray's kind of a system. I prefer Derek Carr over Kyler Murray any day of the week. This guy's a real winner, Derek Carr. This guy's the future of the league. He'll win 4 Super Bowls. Raider Dynasty, 4 Super Bowls, 9 years. Raider Dynasty. Raider Dynasty. You know the Raider Dynasty is up. The Raiders Dynasty. Derek Carr, the next Joe Montana, 4-0 in the Super Bowl. The best quarterback there ever was in the modern era of the NFL. If the Raiders were not rebuilding and moving out of Oakland, Derek Carr would have won 7 Super Bowls. This guy's the best. Do they kick the field goal here? Third and 14. If the score is 6-0, it shows you how rigged it really is. They're setting up the field goal. It's at the 29-yard line. It's all rigged. 6-0. The kicker should be able to make it. Here we go. 4th and 7. I had more John Madden. They didn't bung it, did they? Nope. 6-0. 6-0 because the Buffalo Bills just got Demontia 60. They're coming off a win against the Oakland Raiders. The Raider Dynasty. The Fountain of Youth. The 30's a new 20. I'm loving that. And Bengals having Demontia 60. Cincinnati is on a roll. How about that for the National Football League? 2 number 1 overall seeds losing in the same day. The Titans coordinator LaFleur is the next one to lose. We can talk more tonight about that in the snow game. But the Allen riddle is spot on. If you're following Allen Riddle all season, only two possible teams. That's great. The Cowboys are going nowhere. The Chiefs are going nowhere. Those are nowhere picks. Packers are a nowhere pick. State Farm, amigo. State Farm. Everybody's all in agreement next year on the State Farm Super Bowl championship. Just when you think Aaron Rodgers is finished, he's going to be back. He won't get the number one seed next year. I can see the Packers going 6-3 in the postseason with Matt LaFleur with a one and done. Tom Brady's mad at the Niners. They stuck with that motherfucker. His name is Turnover Hill. It's Turnover Hill. It's Tennessee that has St. Gematria Burrow. Bengals Bills AFC Championship history. The Bills could go 3-0 against the Bengals on the 30th day, not by coincidence. Tannehill is on target right there. That's a pretty easy play to call when you see the defense all back in zone like that. And that's the 2 out of 3 sequence with the Bengals. They win 2 out of 3 AFC championship games. Out of all the games, this is the one that is the most iffy on. That is. Look at that. What kind of throw was that? How can you win like that, Ryan? I mean, really? Josh Allen has complete gematria interpretation computation as Cincinnati. Once you go with that gematria meaning, it means he's going to lift his first trophy against the Bengals. He runs into his own guy right there. Yeah. Tennessee, they need a quarterback. You know, Zach Taylor. This guy is a good one. I knew the Zach Taylor guy is gonna be good. Zach Taylor, John Taylor, those are very strong championship riddles for Cincinnati. But they gotta go through some heartbreak phases first. 3-7 since losing the Super Bowl. It's scripted. Look, no one's trying to tackle him. And Ryan gets wallowed up. Turnover hill. Over the hill. Over the hill and not going to Beverly Hills. Ryan Turnover Hill. Over the hill. I knew it. Over the hill. Ryan Tannehill on the way for Josh Allen to be 6-2. Josh Allen thinks Ryan Tannehill's a joke. He knows he wants real competition. Well, you have it, Josh Allen. Josh Allen having gematria of 96. You have Cincinnati. Another rigged rematch showing how rigged and scripted it really is. 1988, 1991, another Bengals Bills AFC Championship rematch. Tennessee's a joke, man. They really are. They got blown out by the Cardinals, man. These guys are a joke, and they were pretenders. They rigged the game against the Rams to hype up this team. Tennessee's they really are a joke. Their season begins with losses over to Arizona, and now they lose to the Bengals. Bengals 3-9. The Bengals will be 3-9 since their Super Bowl loss, but they're going to be 3-8 after this game. Buffalo can make it to 5-2 in the AFC Championship game against the LSU quarterback. LSU is Gematria 52. It's the Buccaneers that's got Gematria 52. The Bills can be 5-2 in the AFC Championship. Sorry, Bengals, 49ers. You won't get your dream matchup here because it's all rigged against the 49ers. There's some soccer going on. There's going to be some rigged action with AC Milan defeating Juventus. Okay, give me a few minutes. See. Third down and 6. Bengals just dominating. Burrow's got time. He throws, and another completion. Another completion. How rigged will it be for the Bengals this game? Thinking some running back is going to do it? Some running back won't do it. Some running back who hasn't played in 2 months is going to win right now? I mean, come on now. Come on now. The Bills' seventh AFC title game, the fifth win. That is the sequence of the Cincinnati Bengals. Folks, this game says everything. Matt LaFleur, being a Titan, says everything about their script for tonight. The no figure league. I like the Bengals will be a fun team to watch just to see the ups and downs, whatever happened, whatever. Should have included Jamar Chase in my Super Bowl video. You know, funny how when I type his name in, Chase says Jamar Chip Cardinals. So I think Kyler Murray losing a white supremacist operation. Have Kyler Murray beat the full black quarterback because technically he's half Asian. The NFL racist owners will definitely rig that, and then they're gonna have so that way Lamar Jackson won't be quarterback 37 to win the Super Bowl. Just it'll be a narrative for him to be quarterback number 37 to win. But the fact is, it's the white supremacist operation as Kyler Murray defeating Lamar Jackson, and then as Joe Burrow beating Lamar. Kyler Murray's first game in his career occurred against the Bengals. Not a clue that he's going to beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl, but just maybe a clue that that's going to be a future Super Bowl. I won't doubt the midget Murray, and I hope you don't fall for the rigged BS that Murray's never going to win a Super Bowl and he's quitting and playing baseball because it's all scripted anyways, right? He's going to prove everyone wrong. He's going to win the Super Bowl, right? It's all rigged that way. You know how rigged it is when the first playoff game is game number 47 for Kyler Murray. The fact that the Cardinals haven't won the championship since Super Bowl 47. The fact that the Bengals lost the 49ers. The fact that the 49th game for Joe Burrow, or was it for Zach Taylor, occurred in the postseason. Maybe the ref wants them to win if he calls another penalty on them. Man's in motion, wide open, and he got it. He got the first down. So this game is completely rigged. It's completely scripted. 6-0. What a joke. If you know gematria, you know the script of the game. Every scoring play. Just like last week when Jackson had gematria 73 and the score was 7-3. All the examples out there in the world. The Josh Allen riddle with the whole Gruden email scandal, Josh Allen has to be the winner. Only two possible teams, folks. We all know who's winning the championship this year. One team needs a new stadium. That is, they keep repeating that. We really are expecting the Packers to win, but Aaron Rodgers is a Freemason. He's a Freemasonic puppet who's going to take a dive, and you think he's never going to win. Well, all I have to say to that is New York is the 11th state in 11 years without winning the Super Bowl. 63 regular season games for Patrick Mahomes. That's all about next year. If the Titans score a touchdown, it's Las Vegas Raiders. That's gotcha 76. If they take a 7-6 lead. Tennessee's probably got a score right there. They're the guys that I was trying to tackle. They don't even touch him. He goes out of bounds. So the Titans will get a touchdown. They'll get the lead. But this is Cincinnati Bengal time. Titans climb back in. But Joe Burrow is just too cool under pressure. It'd be cool to see the Bengals win the Super Bowl someday. Don't screw it up, Tennessee. King Henry's going to probably jump in, right? Josh Allen having gematria at Cincinnati. We don't know who's going to win this game. Josh Allen's gematria is surrounded around the fact that he's going to win his first trophy against Cincinnati. Now we understand why. It's because Cincinnati and Josh Allen are direct matches. Joe Cole has to be a comeback kid. He's got to come back. They'll let him walk in. They're not even trying to tackle. Do you see that? Look at that. Touchdown. No one tries to tackle. It's fake choreographed nonsense. It's all fake. No one tries to tackle him. It's a joke. Look at that. Touchdown, Tennessee. We have ourselves a ball game. Derrick Henry returning to action. Derrick Henry having gematria 75 at Cincinnati Bengals. Anthony Davis is back tomorrow. That's good to know. That means he got to cover the Goat King LeBlanc at Alexa. Anthony Davis is back, baby. Anthony Davis is back. He's back in scripted fashion against the team that he was really playing, and he dominated that NBA Finals. It's all rigged if Anthony Davis is coming back against the Miami Heat. Anthony Davis, how about that? The 47th game of the repeat when Goat King LeBron can win his 47th championship, his 47th playoff series win, because it's all intertwined with the Freemasons. There's 47 degrees in the compass, and Goat King LeBron, his 47th playoff series win occurs against Brooklyn. Bye-bye. Hey, 18 months until the Game 7, from Super Bowl 56. New York loses again. LA connects with the Lakers in Vegas. We got Bills having a match of 18. Buffalo's got a match of Michael Jordan's birth year of 63. How about that? Why are they going for 2? They got him. Wow. Horrible call. Horrible call. What were they thinking? What a joke call. What a joke. Joe thinks it's a joke. 12 points. Okay. Okay. Tighten up now. Could have gotten the lead, but no. 2-point conversion. What was that nonsense, man? What were they thinking? If we're talking about Coach Zachary Taylor, it's worth noting that Zachary has got Jamacha 37. It's Los Angeles at Jamacha 37 if he's playing in the conference title next week against Joshua Allen. So, AFC Championship game, look out for that. Look out for Zachary Taylor. Born in the year 83. The Bills should be 8-3 at home before they take on Tom Brady. Bills are set up to lose to Dallas, so they have to defeat. That's why you got to project the future Warriors, because if they're scripted to lose to the Cowboys, then yep, they're defeating Tom Brady. We talk about owner Brown. It's Brown that's Jamacha 27. Mike Brown is Jamacha 27. Buffalo having Jamacha 27. Scripted narrative. All 49ers, Bengals, Santa Clara's got Jamacha 27. Super Bowl 57 is Rodgers. Championship number. Super Bowl 1. Green Bay Packers lose tonight. They lose to San Francisco. San Francisco has got Jamacha 122. Today's January 22nd. It's Titans at Jamacha 20. It is Taylor Burrow 2-0 in the playoffs. That's why Titans at Jamacha 20, ending the year, the regular season against the Texans. Niners are going to win in the snow. Bang, bang, 49er, run the football. 49ers are going to win the scripted game tonight. Aaron Rodgers has got Jamacha 135. It's the 49ers are coming off a win against the Cowboys. And now the Packers finished 13-5. Because it's unlucky 13 championships with the Super Bowl at LA this year. Unlucky 13 for Aaron Rodgers this year. Unlucky. Unlucky. The Packers remain at 13 championships in the year the Super Bowl at LA. The Packers lose again. Rodgers would fall to 7-9 in the postseason since the Super Bowl 45 win. It has everything to do with who he loses to. The 49ers has Gematria 79. It is also the Kansas City Chiefs that's got Gematria 79. And so this is how we know the Packers will lose. The Packers win 8 out of 9 home games for this season. Are they 8-0 at home? Are they really 8-0 at home? Did they lose a home game this year, the Packers, or was every game on the road? Set up by the Masons, 8-0 at home. They win 8 out of 9 playoff games because they're hyping up the 49er defense before Tom Brady and the banged-up Buccaneers offensive line because the 49ers are just going to run the ball in the snow. It's going to be like the Patriots-Bills game where you know it's coming, but you can't stop them. Just like Bill Belichick and the rookie, Kyle Shanahan takes the ball out of Jimmy G's hands. It's a direct replay of the 2020 NFC Championship game when the 49ers completely destroyed the Packers. Joe Burrow under pressure. Look at that. He's Joe Cole. The Joe Montana riddle has to hold up here. Look at all that orange in the stands. Bengal orange. Orange just got Gematria 60 and 33. Fireball, California, right? Fireball, California. Orange, Bengals, Fireball. Fireball wins the Super Bowl before Harbaugh's the coach. There, the riddle is clear. Wow, this is mocking in plain sight. Fireball wins. Harbaugh coached the Raiders. Raiders, next AFC team to win the Super Bowl after the Bengals, after the whole Allen email leaks from Bruce Allen. Josh Allen wins the Super Bowl. Fireball is synced up with Harbaugh. It really is. Fireball, Inglewood. The riddle is clear. The riddle is clear, folks. No one is trying to cover the wide receiver. What is going on over there? Number 85 catching the pass from the first overall pick, from the 85th first overall pick in open coverage. A very wide open scripted choreographed play. Fireball, California has got Gematria of Inglewood and all that, like we said before. I don't understand that Inglewood, California has got Gematria 54. You gotta say, okay, Tennessee Titans has Gematria 54, but Cincy's got Gematria 54 too. You get closer when you compute the Gematria of Josh Allen having Gematria 96. So, yep, Buffalo will be hosting the AFC Championship game. It's that kind of year for the Buffalo Bills. Now, I understand now why the Buffalo Bills are finishing the year 15-6, because that has everything to do with the Henry Ruggs incident. It has everything to do with the Gematria Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals got Gematria 156. It's pretty obvious. Cincinnati Bengals Gematria 156. Bills win Super Bowl with 15-6 record. This is how we know Buffalo's going to win the Super Bowl. I wonder if the flames exploding in Henry Ruggs' car is going to have to do with the whole fireball riddle for the Super Bowl. Definitely the whole. I mean, the Buffalo Bills having DiMaggio 60 makes it so obvious. The fact that Allen is only connected with two teams, Josh Allen in the Raiders Super Bowl MVP, and Marcus Allen, these were the only two possible teams. People fall in love with Mahomes and the dynasty, all that. They're getting Freemason mind fucked. They've lived through Peyton Manning, but they understand that he's just the next Masonic agent. The dynastic quarterback has to come out of nowhere. That's why it's Derek Carr, the Golden Boy. Raider Dynasty is born, folks. It lasts a whole decade. It doesn't come away right this instant. They did a good job of syncing this up with Allen. There's only two possible teams out there. The whole Allen angle has to do with the next AFC team to win the Super Bowl. You know, man, the Super Bowl at LA is just nailing the coffin. That's really what connects to LA. That LA is the next AFC team to win. So, process of elimination. That is 16 teams that have zero chance of winning the Super Bowl during the next few seasons. It got a lot easier for us. That the only possible winner is the NFC for the next few years. Like, wow. Fireball, Harbaugh, the riddle just got even more clearer. And the fact that Harbaugh has too much of Bengals, yep, probably has to connect with the DUI. Obviously, Harbaugh becomes NFL coach before the Super Bowl at Arizona. That's why he's becoming a coach this offseason with the next Super Bowl at Arizona. Although 53rd Super Bowl in the modern era, don't get fooled with the Raiders next year. After 53 Super Bowls in the modern era, the 54th Super Bowl in the modern era is hosted at Vegas for Super Bowl 58. But Jim Harbaugh joins the Raiders at 58 years of age. It's the Dallas Cowboys at Samach at 58. He's going to defeat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. The Raiders are America's team. Oh, and Henry Ruggs angle. It's becoming obvious right now, folks. Joe Burrow is connected with the Redskins, Raiders, Josh Allen, Bills, Raiders riddle. The Super Bowl at LA, a touchdown would score to 13 points. For Josh Allen having Jamachi 96, and this game's 9-6, it makes a lot of sense too. It really does. Fully convinced right now that Harbaugh has everything to do with the whole Henry Ruggs car explosion. That's what's represented by Cincy. I'm convinced now. Look at that. That'd be 15 points for the half if it's LA that's hosting the Super Bowl. Let's see what Joe Cool has got under pressure. Can they score the 19th points in this half? Bo Jackson? In 9 seasons, it's all synced up for Jim Harbaugh to win 4 Super Bowls in 9 seasons. Derek Carr will win 4 Super Bowls. There's absolutely zero doubt about it. It's going to happen. Derek Carr is winning 4 Super Bowls. It's Tom Brady 7. It's Carr 4. Carr would have 8 if he wasn't rebuilding for a decade in Oakland. This guy really is the GOAT. He will not lose in the Super Bowl to anybody. Derek Carr is the absolute best. The Harbaugh Carr connection will be greater than Belichick and Brady. "24-yard line. It's completely rigged from the 19-yard line to the 24-yard line. Look at that. I think that was a scripted sack right there, definitely. It looked like he was trying to hold the ball on purpose in slow motion. In real time, you need to escape the pressure. But it was choreographed. He planned the sack right there at the 37th yard line. But they'll say, "Oh, he's a rookie." That's how you make this look real. Tighten up. Okay, let's see what the Masons have in store right here. 54-yard field goal. Jamachia, Tennessee Titans. Jamachia, Cincy. So that was a choreographed sack. There is no doubt about that. The sack was choreographed. How windy there. I don't see any movement from the goalposts. Will he choke or is he going to make it? 2 out of 3, 3 out of 3. We could see a miss, but he really drove that kick. Joe Burrow, number 9, 9 points for the half. Cincy, Camacho, 54. Tennessee Titans. The play was scripted. The play was scripted. The play was scripted because of that. Tennessee Titans score 9-6. 9-6 is the score. Again, this ties into the beginning of the broadcast when we said that Josh Allen's got Camacho 96. So it's actually Joshua Allen. Hold on a second. Nope, Josh Allen does have Camacho 96. That's a Camacho Cincinnati. And I fully expect the Bengals to be 12-7 because of Joe Burrow having Camacho 127. I think the Bengals falling at 12-8 is intertwined with Jim Harbaugh becoming coach of the Raiders. AFC title game's gonna be all big. Allen Riddle. It's all nonsense. It really is. Firebaugh, Harbaugh. It's a grand giant mocking, folks. It's a grand giant mocking. Bah, fire, Harbaugh. Car exploding in flames. I don't think I need to make a whole other video on that, but it's pretty obvious that no doubt the elite are definitely shaking this up. Get Harbaugh after the Firebaugh quarterback. Buffalo Bills win the Super Bowl. That Ruggs car explosion in the Bengal orange, definitely big riddles. The Bengals are exploding. They're on fire. And the fire goes away in the snow. The fire has frozen up. The Henry Ruggs car explosion at 156 miles per hour is tied into the next winner of the Super Bowl. This Allen Raiders LA Riddle Gruden email scandal, it just got deeper right at this moment, folks. when you see what the Bengal orange is all about. They go super deep. Henry Ruggs accident. They are scripting the Bengals Super Bowl run with the Henry Ruggs accident, and now this all ends the Raiders season, and now they're all red hot and warm climate before going up to snowy Buffalo, New York. It's all scripted. The Bills finished 15-6. Bengals finished 15-6. The Bills go 15-6. Henry Ruggs was driving at 156 miles per hour. I mean, wow. No doubt it's synced up with that. One team will be going 15-6 to win the Super Bowl. All intertwined with the next AFC Super Bowl winner. Ruggs, 156 mph. Wow, Titans suck. They blow. Look at that. Oh, man, look at that. Going really deep with the Henry Ruggs stuff. Ruggs has Gematria Buffalo. Too many cues with the Raiders because they're from LA, and it's really telling you who's the next AFC team to win the Super Bowl. And now the Bengals can get the ball back. All right. Yeah, now we now understand that the Bengals will win the Super Bowl with the 15-6 record. I mean, Cincinnati Bengals. Okay. Yeah, folks, it's too obvious. It's all rigged, isn't it? Henry has Jumanji. That's the third having 254. Have really caught on fire. And today's the anniversary of the Raiders Super Bowl championship, the 38-year anniversary. Packers will just have to win the Super Bowl when they play anyone other than the 49ers. Well, if they play the Cardinals, so they'll beat them. It was definitely a scripted 2-point conversion. Yeah. It's all rigged because when the Bo Jackson curse started, the Bengals played the Bills. The Allen riddle with this year's Super Bowl winner, with the next AFC Super Bowl winner, just got a lot deeper because Henry Ruggs' accident is intertwined with the Raiders' next Super Bowl championship with the next AFC Super Bowl winner after the Bills, because the Bills finished 11-6 this year. The Bills are going to finish the year with a 15-6 record in the year that Henry Ruggs at a 156 mile per hour DUI crash explosion. It is because after the Bills, the Raiders are the next team in the AFC to win the Super Bowl 4 years later with the rabid Jim Harbaugh. It's Washington football team that has too much of 156. That was who the Raiders won their last Super Bowl championship against. It is also the Cincinnati Bengals that has too much of 156. The Raiders season went busted in flames against the Cincinnati Bengals. It is the Bills that finished 15-6 to win the Super Bowl because Allen wins the Super Bowl. Josh Allen in the year that the Bruce Allen email scandal came out that derailed Jim Harbaugh. The next AFC winner would be the Raiders winning the first Super Bowl MVP since Marcus Allen. The riddle is very clear. It even connects to Joe Burrow in the Bengals because Joe Burrow's the 85th pick. The quarterback Josh Allen's from the Bengals in mind. It's Arizona in the Super Bowl in the season that he has hired as coach of the Raiders. It is California that has Jumanji of Inglewood, California, which is a Jumanji of Ruggs III in Inglewood, California. Now, Henry Ruggs' accident is symbolic for the Bengals catching fire in the postseason. Being the Raiders, being the Titans. The car was busted up in flames. So hot. The Raiders season ended against the Bengals. The Bengals are red hot entering the AFC Championship game when the very cold and snowy climate of Buffalo, New York is going to freeze up the red hot orange Bengals playoff run. It's Fireball. It's Inglewood that chip 50. A Fireball California native wins Super Bowl at Inglewood. This connects to the Raiders Super Bowl championship with the last AFC Super Bowl winner winning in the year of the Henry Ruggs explosion. The 15-6 record for the Bills is all about the Raiders' next championship since being the Washington football team. Ever since the last AFC Super Bowl winner won the Super Bowl after being the Cincinnati Bengals in the conference championship game. Those reels get super duper deep. It's Cincy. It's Ruggs. It's Buffalo that have Jumanji 27. Buffalo winning the Super Bowl. Corvette. Inglewood, California. Again, when you see these references with this Super Bowl, it connects to the next winner of the Super Bowl in the AFC. Henry Ruggs. Henry. It's got Jumanji Burrow having Jumanji 34. Ruggs III, as Gematria of Inglewood, has the Gematria of Bills. The Bills win this Super Bowl. And the next team in the AFC to win the Super Bowl is the Vegas Raiders in Super Bowl 60. The whole 15-6 record when the Bills win the championship for the next winner of the AFC to win their first Super Bowl MVP since Marcus Allen following a season with the Bruce Allen email leaks that resulted in Gruden leaving. And John Madden certainly replacing a guy who went to join the Buffalo Bills. The Henry Ruggs car crash is completely symbolic with the red hot explosion of the Bengals beating the Chiefs, beating the Raiders, beating the Titans. His car accident is intertwined with the Super Bowl championship. On November the 2nd, nonetheless, which is 11-2, and the Bengals won their first playoff game since defeating Houston. So that day with Henry Ruggs says everything about it. Car crash on the date numerology of 54. Gematria Cincy, Gematria Vegas, Gematria Bills. Is it any mystery why Joe Burrow's the 85th pick? And that's Gematria the Washington Redskins, and the Bills can finish 15-6. 103 days from Henry Ruggs' car crash to the Super Bowl. That is connection to John Madden's 103 wins. And we can even go into the future to 2026. But yes, just a little over 51 months, 11 days around that time, 51 months later, is when the Raiders win the Super Bowl since the car crash of Henry Ruggs. Keep in mind when we have the Harbaugh angle, with Harbaugh being the next Super Bowl winner in the AFC after the Firebaugh quarterback wins. It's Firebaugh. The Bengals explosion ends at Buffalo against the Firebaugh California quarterback Allen. Allen wins in the year of the Allen email scandal. The riddle cannot get any clearer when you see where Josh Allen's from Firebaugh. The Bengals playoff run is intertwined with the car accident of Henry Ruggs. It is. It absolutely is. 74 days from the car accident of Henry Ruggs to January the 15th. 2 months and 13 days, 74 days. We get Raiders. We get Joshua Allen winning the scripted Super Bowl championship. The very rigged and scripted Bills Super Bowl championship. Wow, it gets super deep, folks. It gets super duper deep. It's Chevy that has Gematria 63 and 27. Same Gematria as Buffalo. Gematria 63, 27. Same Gematria as man, just as Cincy. You can go on and on and on and on with this. UI having Gematria 34 and Burrow having Gematria 34 and the 34th quarterback to win the AFC was certainly with the team involving Allen. It goes deeper than that. It goes deeper than that for sure. Henry Ruggs caught 50 balls with the Raiders. It's Inglewood and Firebaugh that have Gematria 50. Raider season in flames against the red hot Bengals right after the car crash of Henry Ruggs when the Raiders were 5-2. When the Buffalo Bills go 5-2 in the AFC Championship game when they defeat the LSU quarterback, 52. Man, they really go really deep with this stuff. Firebaugh and Harbaugh. Well, this would mean after the Super Bowl at LA, the next AFC winner is the team from LA, the LA Raiders, LA's real team, not the loser Rams getting sacrificed to the guilt. AFC is 0-3 after the Super Bowl at LA, and then they're 1-3 when they win Super Bowl 60. Definitely synced up with Al Davis, Gematria 2. All happening with Jim. 15-6. All synced up with the next Super Bowl winner. With the next Super Bowl winner in the AFC. With the red hot orange Bengals. It's orange. That's got Gematria 60 and 33. It's Josh Allen. Orange. Bengals. Buffalo Bills. It gets super deep. But if you type in, when you type in fire, fire has Gematria 29. Now the 29th Super Bowl winner is going to be the Raiders for the first time since it won by 29 points against the Washington football team. As a matter of fact, it is black that has Gematria 29. Fire, Raiders. Yep, that Harbaugh fireball was left out in the video. I mean, just wow. I mean, they go really deep with this. I mean, sorry, folks. They have a quarterback type, Joe Cool Burrow. But it's only 9-6. I mean, wow. The Super Bowl winner. Now you know why the Bills are finishing 15-6. They're all syncing it up with the future, folks. Now you know that little Freemason boy Mahomes doesn't have a chance the next few years. And the Chiefs will be made to lose the Super Bowl anyways. Again, you gotta follow the email scandal. The Allen Raiders Harbaugh Super Bowl 60 riddle. Wow, you go really deep with this stuff. Raiders are the next AFC team to win the Super Bowl. Just in case the Cardinals lose, I should go ahead and be a fan of the Raiders. Because Jim Harbaugh is going to certainly make the 49ers pay with 4 Super Bowls and 9 seasons scripted by the numbers with the Vegas Raiders. 4 Super Bowls and 9 seasons. I can whip out the nutcracker. I'm uploading the video on Harbaugh and Fireball and the whole 15-6 record for the Bills. Fire is put out when Fireball, California quarterback Josh Allen defeats Cincinnati in the AFC title. Buffalo has Gematria 27 for the 27-28 season because this is as close as it's going to get for the Bengals. They're going to lose to the Buffalo Bills in the 27 season is when they actually win. I know I'm a Raider because the Cardinals are 6 are a joke. They're full of losers. If they don't win with Midget Murray, they'll never win nothing. They're trash. I'd rather become a Raider fan. I will become a Raider fan. Well, I have an AFC team, an NFC team, with the Cardinals obviously as number 1. Well, I'll become a Raider because they're going to win anyways. And they're better than any other team out there in this sorry-ass league. The NFL derailed the Raiders, but the Raiders going to beat everybody that's stuck in. And no one will want to face the Raiders. Where are your crybabies right now? Why y'all hate Jim Harbaugh so much? Jim Harbaugh gonna make y'all hate the Raiders again. Cause who got it better than us? Nobody got it better than the Raiders! And that's how it will be! Who's got it better than us? And they have it better than the 49er, motherfuckers! And you decide, hey, I don't need Jim Harbaugh. Losers! As a Cardinals fan, we glad to see the Raiders torment, destroy the 49ers. They pass on Tom Brady. They pass on Jim Harbaugh. 49ers are in it with the Freemasonic gang because the gold rush is over. The rush for the gold is over. The gold has dried up. The 49ers are losing all these years. I should have typed in flames in the calculator. The flame Astromatch of 19 and Jackson Astromatch of 19. It shows you how rigged it really is. I mean, Vegas Raiders Astromatch of 56. That'd be the first Super Bowl winner in the AFC since Super Bowl 56. That is the whole meaning of the Vegas Raiders. Yep, it has everything to do with the fact that they're winning the first Super Bowl in the AFC since Super Bowl 56. Don't mean they win Super Bowl 56, but they're the next team in the AFC to win. NFC's the historic conference, right? They're the original NFL before the merger. NFC jumps on top. Maybe NFC will come back right after the Raiders because the Raiders are the greatest franchise ever there was in the AFC and the NFL. They'll probably beat the Eagles. The 2 Super Bowl rematches for the Raiders are only one. What if they don't face the Vikings? What if they don't face the Eagles? Bengals are red hot right now because Rob's car was bursted in flames, and the fire is put out when Fireball California quarterback Josh Allen defeats Cincinnati to make it back to his home state. The riddle is clear. Wyoming Cowboys quarterback was the last time AFC wins. Next time AFC wins is against the Cowboys. You see how deeper the riddle got? It just got deeper by the second. Wyoming Cowboys because Derek Dallas Carr is the next AFC Super Bowl winner when he defeats the Dallas Cowboys in the Super Bowl. It just got a lot deeper right there. Just got super deep. Carr will definitely hit 40 touchdowns and 39 touchdowns someday in a single season. He absolutely will. He's going to do big things for the Raiders. The Fountain of Youth is here in Vegas. 30 is the new 20 with a very safe league to play quarterback. Bengals are red hot because Rug's car was bursting in flames. The fire is put out when the Fireball California quarterback Josh Allen defeats Cincinnati. So yeah, and now you know that the Raiders will not win or nothing the next few years. You just have to stick to the plot. We will stick with the riddle. Okay, third and short. Cowboys has everything to do with the last AFC team to win the Super Bowl. Wow, the Wyoming Cowboys, Josh Allen. Play action. He stepped out. He stepped out. Ryan Tannehill is just not it, folks. He's just not it. The Bengals are just letting it rip right now. The Bengals are too hot to keep up. They will freeze in the snow. They will freeze in the snow. The freeze. Freeze. The freeze. Second and 4, Bengals, Jamacha 24. 15-6. Here we go. 15-6 because they win the Super Bowl at 15-6, the Buffalo Bills. Run! Score will be 15-6. Yes, it will. Too hot. The car's too hot. You know it's red. You know the Bills finished 15-6. The Ruggs accident is connected with it, with the Corvette. Wow. Not only with Allen in the emails, but the whole car explosion. I don't know how you can go with the Titans and the Packers for the Super Bowl. There's virtually no storyline angle, as far as I can tell, except for the fact that Matt LaFleur was offensive coordinator of the Titans. Man, Bengals, he tripped over his own guy. These guys can't tackle. Look at them, man. There's two guys right there, just nothing they can do. And now an injured Titan. I mean, things are looking bad for Tennessee. I absolutely do have the 49ers over the Packers. It's WWE nonsense, man. Who's going to win the game? Who's going to win? Tom Brady gets his revenge. He gets mad at the Niners. Brady's going to lynch him. He's going to lynch the Niners. John Lynch. John Lynch. Brady's going to lynch him, man. John Lynch is going to know what a lynching is like. That's going to be a blowout. Buccaneers will destroy the 49ers. Arian's first Bucs game was versus the 49ers in 2019, I think it is. Indeed, it was. His first game against the 49ers. Bruce Arians, I do remember it. Fireball after the explosion. Wonder what Harbaugh's connections with Texas are. AFC would be 1-3 in the Super Bowl since the Bills' victory. LA when the Raiders win their first championship. Browns power and the Bills finishing 15-6 with a win over Tampa is synced up with Allen winning the Super Bowl in the year of the Allen email leaks and the Raiders' next Super Bowl championship since Marcus Allen won Super Bowl 18. So, oh no, sacrificial lamb, sacrificial lambs, 3-0 versus the Lambs and the Babs. 30th win as Tampa quarterback. It's all scripted. The Rams are going to get sacrificed to the GOAT again. It won't matter. Tom Brady's going to beat Tampa. Tom Brady will not beat Tampa, but Tom Brady is going to beat the LA Rams. Like, wow, it doesn't get any more Illuminati than that. It doesn't get any more Illuminati when the Bengal orange and the Raiders season in the red hot orange car eventually gets put out. It gets put out in the snow. It's all Reds. It's all synced up with the Bills finishing 15-6. It's all part of the script, isn't it? If you follow the Allen Riddle, yeah, there can be no losing, folks. When you follow the Allen Riddle, and when you eventually come to the middle ground to find the right interpretation. It has everything to do with Allen winning after the Allen email leaks. They know who they want. Freemason boy Mahomes could be 7-3 after losing to Tom Brady, becoming 7-3 in the Super Bowl. He loses to the Packers. He loses to the Bills. That's a pretty hard one to decode now. Final score, you're asking a lot right there. Fireball, California, fire. Putting out the fire. Allen is putting out the fire next week. Allen's he's putting the orange flames out. He's putting the flames out next week. Cincinnati and Josh Allen, Gematria 96, easy call. Bad news for former Tennessee Titans offensive coordinator Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur used to be with the Titans. Both number one seeds are getting knocked out. It's the Titans that get knocked out, and then the former Tennessee offensive coordinator Matt LaFleur. He's getting knocked out today. Again, Matt LaFleur has got Gematria 39. That's the Gematria of Arizona. Arizona is Gematria 39. The Rams absolutely works. We don't call them Rams. We call them the Rams. The Rams. Why is it That the NFC Championship game's on the 30th day of the year? Why is it that Tom Brady would be entering the NFC Championship game with 30 wins? Why is it that Abraham sacrifices the sheep to God? Why is it that the sacrificial lambs lost 2 Super Bowls to the GOAT, to God, Tom Brady? Why? Because they're sacrificial lambs. Either about so worked up just into the it's the Giants. The Giants equals 40. Wins the Super Bowl 40 months after his ankle injury. You've got it all wrong, Al. You've got it all wrong. The Giants asked him out to 40. Dak wins Super Bowl 58 40 months after his ankle injury. That's proof that it works. That is absolute proof that it does. Tennessee, they might be able to score, make it 13. Why not? Right? The Super Bowl's at LA. Aaron Rodgers would enter next season with a scripted 22 playoff games. That's the PSYOP script. Is Aaron Rodgers game 23 is against Tom Brady. What if they face off in the wild card round next year? What if Tom Brady agrees to take part in losing Aaron Rodgers next year? They're going very deep with the Allen riddle, folks. The John Taylor, Zach Taylor angle is fun to look at, too. The 49ers scored when there was 34 seconds left. Now that's a Gematria Burrow. Just which no name is going to make a big play for the Raiders during this dynasty, you know? The NFL owes one to Jim Harbaugh for rigging it against the Niners. So Jim Harbaugh, all frustration all these years, but he's going to finally get it done. It's going to be cool to watch. And now the Bengals losing is all synced up with this. Bengals finish 12-8, 128 days from the email leaks to the Super Bowl 56. Coach Jim Harbaugh. Look at Derrick Henry go. A nice scripted run. Look at that. Look at him go. He's going to get a touchdown. The game's going to get interesting again. TV executives are very happy at this current moment right now. Number 57 just got completely owned and shoved to the ground right there. Wow, he picked it off. Turnover over the hill. Turnover hill is over the hill. Over the hill. No Beverly Hills for you. No Beverly Hills for you, Ryan. No Beverly Hills for Ryan Turnover Hill. The biggest joke quarterback ever. Look at that! Look at that! Right? When you end the playoff drought like that, why not go a little farther, right? Why not script it that way? Go a little far. Go a little far after getting that first playoff win. Wow. Yeah, the Bengals are the Cincinnati team. You get your Bengals 49ers narratives. Packers losing. The Packers are losing. Tom Brady's one pissed off motherfucker. Tom Brady wants the Niners. Brady wants the Niners. He wants the Niners. He does. He wants San Francisco. Ryan Turnover Hill. Big giant joke. Turnover Hill. How is Tennessee supposed to win this game? How in the world are they supposed to win? Brady's 83rd completion versus the 49ers would be his first in the NFC title game. So 82 completions, 83, his 83rd completion against the 49ers. Tom Brady enters the conference championship game with 135 pass attempts versus the 49ers in his career, which is completely scripted because Green Bay finishes 13 and 5. They finished 13 and 5 because of Aaron Rodgers, Freemason man, goes one and done again, goes one done. Kind of scripted for the 49ers to play against two 49er fans. You know, Aaron Rodgers is like, I'll avoid losing to Tom Brady. He's going to throw the game. Aaron Rodgers is going to avoid playing Tom Brady. They'll say, oh, he's scared of losing to Tom Brady. And then Aaron Rodgers will just avoid losing again. Aaron Rodgers is going to give them Jimmy G against Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers has lost 61 games versus NFC opponents. His 62nd loss versus the NFC, Aaron Rodgers, is going to happen against the 62nd pick, Jimmy G. The Niners are on lock. Niners are on lock. Give the Fox fans what they lost out of last year with another playoff home game. They need another home playoff game. They need another home playoff game, the Buccaneers. Tom Brady, 6-0 versus the NFC in the playoffs with Tampa. Again, because it's Niner that's got DeMarcus 60. Are they going to blame it on the snow tonight, one team? Joe Burrow is setting up the future pretty well. Who's going to win that second Super Bowl? When's Joe Burrow going to win? Jim Harbaugh is going to create. No one will be calling it dynasty. It's all designed purposely for that to be the case. It's going to be an entertaining finish here. We got to see a touchdown for the Bengals, right? Eventually, maybe not right now, maybe a little bit later. You know, Aaron Rodgers is going to have 6 NFC title games and 2 victories because he's going to face off against Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl next year. Tom Brady 6-0 in NFC playoffs with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning the 49ers. Perfect 6 for 6. Maybe Brady Rodgers in the wild round next year, something like that, you know. Brady loses to Buffalo and he loses to Aaron Rodgers. Charles Woodson from Michigan, Jim Harbaugh coming over from Michigan, what should have been the dynasty, and now the Raiders will become the next dynasty in the NFL. Yeah, Charles Woodson being a Michigan guy, Jim Harbaugh being Michigan and all that. Raiders going to win. Raiders will be the first team to win the 7th Super Bowl. And this is precisely why Charles Woodson had a total of 65 interceptions in his career. It's because the Raiders win 2 sets of back-to-back. And just when the playoff losses happen again, you're starting to wonder if it's ever going to happen even more. Derek Carr made his NFL debut at New York because he's going to win the first. It's all synced up. The first repeat's going to happen since Super Bowl 39. He made his debut at New York. It's because they're going to be the first team to repeat since Super Bowl 39 when the Patriots did. So Derek Carr's NFL debut is absolutely synced up with when he's going to win the repeat. When he's going to win, period. He got up in the game. It just got a lot more interesting, that's for sure. Funny how Washington D.C. has too much of 137, and the Raiders would win the 137 months for Carr's NFL debut as a quarterback. I dropped it. He's a big giant turnover machine, Ryan Turnover Hill. 39, 39. You see Gematria, you see the Bengals, you see New York having Gematria 39. Ryan Turnover Hill, don't be a loser. And they burn a timeout. Fake number 17. Get ready to face the real number 17, y'all. That's who Josh Allen is. This guy that you're playing this week is a complete fake. He is turning over the hill. Over the hill. You got to see a real number 17, yo. That's what y'all got to do. See a real number 17. See a real quarterback in action. See a real one right now. Again, if you're talking from a standpoint that the Bills will completely win the Super Bowl, uh, they're going to be the first team to knock out Patrick Mahomes at home in the postseason. What would Mahomes' home record be? I mean, 1-1 when he lost the Brady that one year, then 3-1, then 5-1. Then he's looking at 5-2. Patriots and Joshua, that game was 31-31. That game ended 37 points. 37 points. Joshua Allen, he should be the next quarterback to defeat Patrick Mahomes at home in the postseason. Joe Burrow, number 9. The Titans can kick another field goal. 9 points. This is what you're going to get with Ryan Tannehill, folks. This is exactly the result you're going to get. I'm trying to understand what fumble and payback is about. Is that after 59 Super Bowls is when the Raiders win. The payback really is going to be that they're going to be given the next dynasty. That's what the payback is all about. We absolutely do know that Derek Carr is the new face of the NFL. This guy is the very best that there is in the history of the NFL. When you put this guy in the Super Bowl, he cannot be stopped. That's what Derek Carr is. He's number one. The tuck rule game. Tuck rule has gematria of Cowboys and Charles. Wow, the ball's at the 40-yard line. How did that happen? You gotta. Balls are going off of everybody's fingertips. And now we have a scripted ball game. It's going to get really, really real right now, isn't it? He's just being a little bonghead. Look at him. Let's start out with all the other references. They might change it to incomplete. I mean, Derek Carr's first game was 24-20 over the Chiefs. The 24 points for the Raiders is going to be a clue that they're going to win the Super Bowl 24 years after the Tuck game. The Packers are not winning the game, folks. Tom Brady gets his understudy. He's going to make that motherfucker pay. For Jim Harbaugh, it's his holding call against the Ravens, and for and for the Raiders, it's the fumble. So holding on Michael Crabtree. Michael Crabtree has got Jamachi of John Madden too. Jim Harbaugh won't get any bad beef at all with the referees for Super Bowl 60. NFL was going to give the Titans the ball right there. 28-yard line. It's all synced up with the gematria of Taylor because it's Taylor that's got gematria 28, and it was the John Taylor touchdown that broke the Bengals' heart. It's Zach Taylor that's head coach, and Joseph is gematria 28. I mean, the Titans are just self-destructing completely in front of the eyes of the world to watch right now. 26 will be 6 year too. Man, Titans are such a boring, gay team. He caught it. And just like that, the NFL gets what it wants. I'm not in trouble. My lowest confidence interval was actually this game. All the other ones, it's very clear who the NFL wants. And this game definitely goes either way. You get Music City payback. You get Tormenting the Bengals. The red hot flames of the Bengals is put out. San Francisco and Tampa and the Buffalo Bills is where it's really at. Those are really the three locks of the week. Cock rule occurred at the 42-yard line. It's all synced up with the championship. A talk rule special. I talk real stuff here like the talk rule payback. Someone's going to fumble. That's a guarantee. It is official. 24 years later, after the talk rule fumble game, is when the Raiders are going to win the Super Bowl. 24 years after the talk rule game, 23 years after its last Super Bowl appearance, because the payback for the NFL and for Jim Harbaugh being with the 49ers being scripted to not win is going to be the fact that the Raiders and Harbaugh will both be the next dynasty. For the league giving the Patriots the dynasty. For Jim Harbaugh getting screwed over with bad calls, with scripting from Kyle Williams, and what have you. That is the payback that we're referring to. After 59 Super Bowls, the payback for the Raiders, right after the email scandal, to be the next AFC team to win the Super Bowl since the year of the Gruden scandal. After 59 Super Bowls, after the talk rule fumble, the Raiders make it back to the Super Bowl 23 years after the year of Super Bowl 37. Because as we've stated before, it is Las Vegas, it is Brady, it is emails, it is payback. It is fumble. They have gematria 23. Now, the gematria sequence of 59 and 23 has to do with the fact that after 59 prior Super Bowls, the Raiders will make it back to the Super Bowl 23 years later. It is Bengals that has gematria 60 and 24. The first playoff game for Derek Carr was against the Bengals. The Raiders win the Super Bowl 24 years after the Talk Roll game. Charles Woodson is number 24. The Raiders win 24 years later. Derek Carr made his debut against the New York Jets. The Jets, as gematria 24. Tom Brady made his debut against the Jets. So did Derek Carr. Derek Carr suffered his first major injury, a fibula injury. Fibula as gematria 24. It is clear as day that the Raiders will win the Super Bowl 24 years later after 59 prior Super Bowls. 137 months after the NFL debut of Derek Carr against the Jets is when he wins the Super Bowl in February of 2026. 137. It is Washington, D.C. that has gematria 137. It was the Washington Redskins who the Raiders won their last Super Bowl against some time a while back. 109 months after the fibula injury in the under 10th month is when the Raiders win the Super Bowl since they were the Los Angeles Raiders. Because Los Angeles has gematria 109. So the fibula game, the NFL debut in the first playoff game against the Bengals. The 49 months later from the playoff game is when the Raiders win the Super Bowl against Dallas, because Dallas is gematria 49. Well, we had to include that again because of the fact that the Raiders' last Super Bowl championship game against Washington, and it's Washington that has gematria 49. So the opponent of Super Bowl 18 is going to be a big reason again why the Raiders win the Super Bowl 49 years after Super Bowl 11 in tribute to John Madden. Not only that, Derek Carr's NFL debut, the Raiders scored 24 points in that victory. Clue, the Raiders win the Super Bowl 24 years after the Talk Rule game. Now, we can compute the amount of time from the victory against the Kansas City Chiefs to the Super Bowl, February the 20th of 2014 to around 2026. So that would, that would be 135 months after his first NFL win. 135 months later, Derek Carr defeats the Cowboys. And the reason why he defeated the Chiefs has everything to do with the Chiefs being the Dallas Texans. The Chiefs for the Dallas Texans, he gets hurt, he misses the playoff game against the Houston Texans, and he defeats the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. That's one of the biggest riddles out there for the Raiders winning the Super Bowl. For Super Bowl 60, the Talk Rule game shows everything. The Talk Rule game shows everything. The Raiders scored 13 points in that game against the Patriots. The AFC would be 0-3 since the Bills win. The AFC is going to be 1-3 since the Bills win because LA is gematria of 13. The Talk Rule game, January the 19th of 2002. A 42 date numerology. The Raiders win the Super Bowl 42 years later. John Madden left the Raiders at 42 years of age. That game was a 42 date numerology. The ball, when the Talk fumble happened, okay, actually what it is. Where did the Talk play happen? Okay, so the Talk game. Vinatieri kicks a 23-yard field goal. The Raiders make it back to the Super Bowl some 23 years later. All the references noted, 59 prior Super Bowls. There's a total of 29 points that game. The Raiders are going to become the 29th team in the AFC to win the Super Bowl championship. Team number 29. Maybe they'll be wearing black in that Super Bowl against Dallas, just like that Thanksgiving game when they defeated the Dallas Cowboys. Eric Allen overheard Tom Brady talking. Marcus Allen, Super Bowl MVP. Bruce Allen, the Washington executive, the email leaks. The Bills and Josh Allen win the Super Bowl. The next team to win the Super Bowl after the Bill in the AFC, after the Bills win at LA, it's going to be the LA Raiders. Eric Allen in the talk roll now. We're talking about with the whole Allen email riddle. Where was the ball at for the talk play? Football, a pro football reference. Joe Burrow takes a scripted sack, and just like that, the Titans are back in business. You just got to go to the play-by-play sequence. Play-by-play, where is it? Okay, the talk play, the fourth quarter. Where was the overruling of the play? So that was at the Oakland 42, folks. At the Oakland 42 is when the talk rule play occurred at the Oakland 42-yard line. At the 42-yard line, Tom Brady fumbled and the Raiders won the football game. At the 42-yard line, the Raiders win the Super Bowl 42 years later. The talk rule occurred at the 42-yard line. The game was on a date numerology of 42. The Raiders will become 4-2 in the Super Bowl some 40 years later. The talk game was at the 42-yard line, and John Madden leaves the Raiders at 42 years of age. That was a fumble. The Brady fumble, having Gematria 46 as payback. You got to bring in a Michigan coach that Charles Woodson scooped it up, whatever, and forced the fumble, whatever. So you know the Reds win Super Bowl 60. And Charles Woodson will be 49 years of age during that Super Bowl. When he's going to be 49 years of age, that's a clue for Dallas, that's a clue for Washington. Charles Woodson, born October the 7th, 10-7, the 107th seasons when the Raiders win back-to-back. So Charles Woodson and Jim Harbaugh and the Wolverines, it's the Wolverines that's got Gematria 52. Or Wolverines by itself, I should say, has Gematria 52. Talk having Gematria of 10. I wonder what 10 and 55 are in this equation. Call, talk rule, you name it. Talk rule has Gematria 30. It's the Raiders that defeat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. It's talk rule that has Gematria Charles. Maybe the Cowboys 66 season. Charles has Gematria 66. Harbaugh has Gematria 66. That's why they defeat the Cowboys. Now, Woodson. Charles Woodson, the full name. Charles Woodson having Gematria 63, and the fact that Buffalo will be the last AFC team to win the Super Bowl. Buffalo's got Gematria 63. How many total interceptions with the Raiders? We can take a look at that in his NFL playing statistics. 24 years later, not by coincidence at all by design. After 23 seasons later, after losing to the Bengal Tiger, is when the Raiders win the Super Bowl. It's got his playoff totals too. So computing his interceptions. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 17, 18, that's 22. That's 27 interceptions with the Raiders in the regular season, which is the gematria of Buffalo. But how about the postseason? It doesn't show the postseason, though, but at 27, that's going to be a significant reference to the last AFC winner. We're talking about the Buffalo Bills, which Woodson has gematria 33. It's the Bills that's got gematria 33. And the Raiders will be the next team to win the Super Bowl. The Bills having gematria of 87, and the Jets, when he made his NFL playing debut, it is the Jets that also has gematria of 87. And this is the connection to Derek Carr's birthday on the 87th day of the year on the 28th day. So March the 28th, his birthday is the 87th day of the year. The Bills win the Super Bowl, and the Raiders are the next team in the AFC to win the Super Bowl. He made his NFL debut against the Jets. His career is all planned for Carr. It is. And the Raider dynasty is planned as well. Because Brady and Carr made their debuts against the New York Jets. The New York Jets has gematria 63. Tom Brady, the dynasty emerged after the New York Jets. It's Charles Woodson that also has gematria 63. So the New York Jets have a connection to eventually a Super Bowl win, and definitely the Buffalo Bills winning the last championship for the AFC at LA. Before the LA Raiders win, the tuck game at the 42-yard line. Major clue. Number 24. That's the Illuminati kicker right there. Wow, that was a spot-on video. It all makes sense why the tuck call happened. It makes sense why they scripted the tuck call. The lock of the week is the Buccaneers over the Rams. Actually, the lock is the Bills. And then the second lock is the Bucks. You know, Allen and Brady, all that matchup back in December. That was the game of the year. How about them Raiders? Yeah, the Raider dynasty, baby. Team left and the last team standing at the end of the decade. The Raiders. They wish they could be the Raiders. You got to connect 24 in the tuck game with the end of the streak. Now, what are they doing? What are the Titanics doing? Really, what are they doing? What kind of play call is that? Is the offensive coordinator blind? I mean, really, look at that. I do not know what these guys are thinking. King Henry? Oh, what a joke. Everybody knew he was running. There's no King Henry script right now, folks. There's no King Henry script at all. King Henry, that may be a psyop. King Henry, the psyop, man. Oh, King Henry comes back. King Henry comes back and they win the Super Bowl. And King Henry's the king. The Bengals are on fire. You cannot keep up with the Bengals. Uh, Happened on the 42-yard line. The Illuminati was syncing up the tuck rule game with the Raiders. Winning the Super Bowl 42 years later, when you understand that the tuck call happened at the 42-yard line. Now, which would you want to see? Do you want to see the Cardinals win a Super Bowl, or do you want to see me converted to the dark side 100%? When the Cardinals fail to win the Super Bowl, so I can jinx him, Tony Jinx. I'll just say that Cardinals fail to win the Super Bowl, even though they should. Because, I midget can't play all that. Gotta fool the suckers when you know that it's scripted. And little midget man Murray proves everybody wrong. You can do it too, young kid. You may be small and frail like Kyler Murray, but he won a Super Bowl, and you can be just like Kyler Murray. No one can tell you to don't chase your dreams. That's what Kyler Murray is all about. Yeah, he's a running back. He ain't too small. And that's what Super Bowl 59 is all about. On the 42-yard line, doesn't get any better than that, folks. It really doesn't. It's make a lot of sense. Charles Woodson. After 23 seasons without winning, Buck rule. Charles Woodson, 20. I want a good shot of Brady's fumble showing the number 24. These Titan players can't tackle at all. There, right there. I see Charles Woodson's number now. I see it. Screen went out, man. Come on now. Stay there. I may have to refresh my football TVs. Wake up! You pause the screen right there. Oh, there you go. Okay. Bengals offensive line is trash. Just imagine what the Bills are going to do to it. Midfield. That Titan defensive line is letting it rip. Now keep in mind that the game-winning score is going to be a field goal. The game-winning score is going to be a field goal. It's Jackson that's got DeMarco 19. It is also the Titans that's got DeMarco 35. And so 19-16 is looking like that's how the game is going to finish. What a tackle. Wow. 16-16, but the 16-yard line, it's scripted. 16-16 score. Wow. King Henry time. Henry's going to run him over, right? Oh, 19-yard line. It's all the 19-yard line. It's scripted. They're getting ready for the score. 19 points. Second and 7. Second and 7. It's Cincy that's got DeMarco 27. What if every play is planned? This has to be convincing that every play is planned. What's the play here? Is it a power running play, pull every lineman to Derrick Henry, or is it some play action bamboozle? This game was definitely the hardest one to call out of all the four games because this one could go either way. So my confidence interval, the very bottom of the confidence interval was this first game, ironically, which is played out that way to a coin flip. You could go either way with the King Henry scripting or the Cincinnati Bengals advancing to the next round. I just like Josh Allen to host the AFC Championship game. I like Allen to play at home. I think cold weather is brilliant scripting on the part of the National Football League. I mean, the tuck call is pretty spot on. The whole tuck call video. So go Raiders! So go Raiders! I mean, just wow, under 35 months after Derek Dallas Carr's first win, he defeats Dallas in the Super Bowl. Dallas to be expected to see some play action. Ball at the 35-yard line, the Tennessee Titans can win the game 19-16. 35-yard line shows you every play is scripted. And now the Bengals may be faking injuries right here. He's clearly faking his injury. Why is Zach Taylor looking like a deer in the headlights? This Randy Bullock guy has a history of missing kicks with the Texans, from what I remember with him. Number 91, it was 32 yards to the Cincinnati 33-yard line. There, the score is tied at 32. They're faking the injury. They wasted all this time. Like they're clearly throwing the game. Like, who does that? Like, it's yeah, you're trying to get in field goal range. You can punt the ball away. Like, why are they just like wasted all of that time? You know, and it's clearly scripted. Josh Allen beat Cincinnati. The Bengal Tigers too hot. The Titans. Well, once you knew they were winding the clock down, I mean, that is what are they doing? How can you wind the clock that low like that to not even give you a chance to drive the field goal range? At that moment, it looked like Tennessee was throwing the game. Right as the play ensued, when the interception happened, and now we have a clear idea just what exactly is about to wind down. 20 seconds left. Titans is to match at 20. Joe Cole. He gets him. Joe Cole. Joe Cole. Joe Cole. Joe Cole. Joe Cole. I mean, the Titans coach is wasting all these time. It made no sense to waste all this time. It's all the 19th points, really. 19th playoff win for the Bills versus Cincy. No one cares about Tennessee. Josh Allen is hosting the AFC Championship game. Josh Allen is hosting it. It's Cinderella time if you're a Cincinnati Bengal fan. 2nd and 8, Gematria Taylor. Gematria of the year sequence when they win the Super Bowl again. Not when they win the Super Bowl again, but when they win their first title. Because the Bengals will be the 23rd team in the history of the NFL to win the Super Bowl. So, yep. Cinderella. You are a Cinderella team now, Cincinnati. I knew the Bengals would win. Come on now. You know the red all hair. Josh Allen, Cincinnati, boom. Turnover over the hill. He's got to get a real number 17. The Bengals can run one more running play. Now, that was a stupid call. I do not get that at all. Won't surprise me if he misses the field goal. What if he misses the kick at Buffalo? Interesting. Are they going to bung it? And the Bengals win. The Bengals win. The recap, it's Josh Allen that's got gematria of 96, hosting the Cincinnati Bengals in the AFC Championship game, having gematria of 96. We all know that the Bills' 19th playoff win for the Bills is going to happen against Cincinnati. It's Cincy that's got gematria 27. It's Buffalo that's got gematria 27. The Bengals will be 3-9 in the playoffs since Super Bowl 23. 3-9 in the playoffs. The Bengals is gematria 39. It's New York that's gematria 39. They'll be 3-9 in the playoffs since they lost the Super Bowl. They won't make it until the 2027 season. They lose to Buffalo. It's Buffalo that's gematria 27. It's the 2027 season. That's going to be to see the Cincinnati Bengals win the Super Bowl. We knew the game would end the field goal. Numerology called it. Cincinnati wins. They win the scripted game. Bad news. Ex-Titans offensive coordinator is Matt LaFleur. Both number 1 seeds losing today. Both number 1 seeds losing. Matt LaFleur is a former Tennessee Titans offensive coordinator. And the Tennessee Titans have lost to the Bengals after getting their first win since beating Houston. They are off to the championship game. The Henry Ruggs car was on fire. The Buffalo Cold will put out the red-hot Bengals. The Bengals will be 3-9 since their Super Bowl 23 loss. It is Arizona that's got gematria of 39. Next year's Super Bowl. So the Bengals are set to lose to the Buffalo Bills. They're set to lose at New York. Over at New York, you got to analyze the playoff records of since the last Super Bowl appearances or since the last Super Bowl wins. Joe Burrow is the future. Joe Burrow will lose the Buffalo. It is on. 6 Buffalo. Here we go. Allen is going to host the AFC title game. He's hosting the championship game. Buffalo is hosting it. The Bengals will win 2 out of 3 conference championship games, or whatever their conference record is in the conference championship game. 37 attempts. It's all scripted. Los Angeles has got gematria 37. It's, you guessed it, Joshua Allen. It's got gematria 37. And Josh Allen from Fireball, California, puts out the fire. Henry Ruggs, 156 miles per hour. The Bills, 50-6, when Buffalo wins the Super Bowl. The Titans-Packers Super Bowl, just like the Dallas Cowboys, was nothing but a fantasy going away. Because the whole riddle revolves around the Gruden email scandal. Allen wins the Super Bowl. There was only 2 possible choices. They were the Raiders in Super Bowl 18 MVP Marcus Allen, and they were Josh Allen in the year of the email leaks of the emails from Bruce Allen to John Gruden. And the Bengals will lose the Super Bowl. Well, they won't lose the Super Bowl, but they're definitely losing at New York. But that is their Super Bowl next week. That is a trophy. It's Josh Allen time. Josh Allen. Bad news for the Green Bay Packers. Matt LaFleur, former Titans offensive coordinator. San Francisco is ready to show Aaron Rodgers who his daddy really is.